Hello everybody, this is a video about glutathione. Just before jumping into the video, if you don't mind taking a quick second to please like or share or subscribe or post a quick comment on the video, I'd really appreciate it. So thanks in advance for taking a second to do that. And also, as per usual, nothing that I'm saying should be construed as medical advice. This is for informational purposes only. If you need any medical advice, please talk to your healthcare provider to get that advice. So somebody posted a question on one of my other videos, and it says, I'm already taking liposomal glutathione. So for folks who don't know, liposomal glutathione is basically a water-soluble glutathione molecule that's been wrapped in a layer of phosphatidylcholine and creating something called a liposome to help enhance its absorption into the body. But I also want to help my cells produce its own reduced glutathione by taking glutamine, glycine, and cysteine supplementation. So glutathione is a tripeptide. It's made up of 3 amino acids, glutamine, glycine, and cysteine. And so that's hence the background for the backdrop for that part of the question. So what's the best supplemental combination available to get these 3 aminos? Thank you. So thank you for the question. To be perfectly frank, I don't recommend supplementing, I don't recommend to my patients supplementing with those individual amino acids to help boost up glutathione levels. It's a really good question, and it may very well be an effective way to boost up glutathione intracellular levels, potentially. To be honest, I haven't really noticed any, excuse me, I haven't really noticed any obvious benefit when folks are supplementing with those individual amino acids from a glutathione enhancement perspective. And I think the main reason is probably because, to my understanding, the rate-limiting step in glutathione synthesis is turning the cysteine into N-acetylcysteine, or NAC, which is available as a separate supplement, or as its own supplement, so to speak. And that's really what the kind of holdup is in terms of making glutathione in the first place. And we know from the research literature that when folks take N-acetylcysteine, it does seem to lead to more glutathione production. So to my understanding, or what I can extrapolate from that, is that's probably why I haven't really noticed a difference when folks are taking separate glutamate. And we have to be a little bit careful with supplementing with glutamate because glutamate is an excitatory neurotransmitter. So taking extra glutamate, you just have to be a bit cautious, could make you feel more revved up or anxious or whatnot. And then glycine, actually I have many patients taking glycine because my favorite form of magnesium for folks to supplement with is magnesium glycinate, which is magnesium bound to the amino acid glycine. And so when the body breaks that down into its constituent parts, we're getting a bunch of glycine, we're getting the magnesium, and magic happens, and for many folks who need the magnesium anyways. But I don't think that adding those extra amino acids in separately would lead to a notable improvement with glutathione. Again, I say that in part because we know that NAC is the rate-limiting step, and what I find personally is that when patients take NAC as a supplement, I've seen it be very helpful for lung issues. I think I've posted past videos about how NAC is my go-to to help clear up a chronic cough or especially a post-viral cough. It's very good at helping to break up mucus. So if people have persisting sinus congestion or mucus in their lungs, or they're asthmatics or have COPD, that can be a useful tool to bring into the mix. Again, talk to your healthcare provider before working with any of these supplements, please. But there's something I've seen in my practice. We've treated quite a few patients with COPD, seen NAC be very helpful. NAC also seems to have immunomodulating properties to it. So if folks are dealing with sort of persisting elevated inflammation levels in their body, especially if it's a virally induced thing or maybe a microbial, like another type of microbe that's induced that inflammation, NAC can be really helpful. But I really haven't seen NAC as an oral supplement work in the same way that glutathione does when it's taken as liposomal glutathione. So my rationale would be, well, if taking the rate-limiting amino acid, NAC, was going to help boost up intracellular glutathione levels, then we would see therapeutic effects similar to when patients supplement with liposomal glutathione on its own. So what I found is that the things that liposomal glutathione tends to help, which would include, say, mold detoxification or heavy metal detoxification, or a number of patients I've worked with, when they take glutathione, they have a reduction in their neurological symptoms, or they find that they have less brain fog, which of course is a neurological symptom, just kind of tend to categorize that slightly differently. What I found is that NAC would very rarely have those same types of benefits for similar types of patients. And I say that from quite a bit of past experience, because before some of the supplement companies out there came out with the kind of new and improved liposomal glutathione formulas that are now available, really the best we had was either, if you can't do intravenous glutathione, then NAC is kind of our next best thing. I found it just didn't work nearly as consistently as liposomal glutathione does. So a little bit of a long-winded answer, but ultimately I don't think that supplementing with those amino acids together, I really haven't seen it have a notable therapeutic effect in terms of helping to actually boost up those intracellular glutathione levels. With that being said, if anyone listening has had a different experience or has heard something or know something to be different, please don't hesitate to post in the comment section below. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. I don't profess to have all the answers. I just, give the best answers that I possibly can. But I'd always interested to learn more about these various topics. So thank you again for the question. If anybody has any questions about this topic or anything else, just post it in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer as soon as I can.